All right, so it is getting towards the end of the year. Things have slowed down a little bit, and where most people are taking their foot off of the gas, what you want to do is put your foot fully on the gas. So this is the time that you can not only work in your business and get ahead, but you can also work on your business, because it's true, things do slow down around the holidays. But what we want you to do is be able to focus on the right things in the right order for 2019. And in our conversations that we've been having with agents from all over the country, a lot of times the goal is just immediately, I want to double my business. And it doesn't really have any meaning behind it, so you need to find a reason why. You need to find a reason why that's important to you before it'll actually be important. And then once you have that goal and you're solid on that goal and you have a good reason why that's your goal, you got to have a plan on how to get there. And people make this way too complicated. And I'm going to show you exactly, just breaking down some simple numbers, how you could do 100 deals next year, mathematically, right? Always easier on paper. It's easy to get rich on a spreadsheet, way harder to get rich in real life. So if we were going to talk it out, right? And I said, you want to have 8 closings a month, right? So we start with 8 and we're going to go backwards. So in order to have 8 closings a month, right? We're probably going to need to have, ideally at this point, if you're doing 100, you're going to want to be doing a lot more listings than buyers. So let's say six listings that you're closing every single month. And at 6 listings, we should accidentally do 2 buyer side deals by having 6 active listings that we're closing each month. So we're going to assume that's how we get to the 8, right? So the number that really hinges here is the number 6, which is the listings. So I'm going to assume that we're not all the greatest closers of listing appointments. So a good middle of the road number is half of them you'd actually turn into closings. So this becomes the number that you should be obsessed with. If you could have 12 listing appointments, 12 months, it's 144 listing appointments, it would change your life. So if we were able to do this, and the focus is how do I get 12 listing appointments, now you're focusing on the right things. So let's say it takes 120 conversations to get the 12 listing appointments, which is a 10% conversion into appointments, which isn't terrible, isn't great, but isn't terrible. So that's a good number to base it off of. How many people would you need to have raise their hands? And the reason why I say raise their hands and not leads is because I want you to think differently about it. So I'd say, if we could have about a 40% contact rate for people that are raising their hands, which could be new leads, but it could also be an email you send to your database, or it could be an event that you do that allows people to raise their hands. How do I have 40%, which would be 300 of those a month? Which you're thinking, man, how can I get 300? Most of you are going to think leads. How am I going to get 300 leads a month? I got 3 last month, or I got 30 last month. How am I going to get 10 times that amount? There's a lot of ways to do that. So when I look at it and call these hands instead of leads, you can think about it coming from your database, events, whatever it may be that you can do to get people to raise their hands. But how do I get 300 every single month to do that and get 120 conversations and then get 12 appointments out of that to get my 6 listings, 2 buyer deals, which is 8, which is going to give me 96 deals. You're going to have to find the 4. Hopefully that's your sphere on a minimum, right? To give you 100 deals. 100 deals. If your average commission is $5,000, that's $500K. If your average commission is $10K, it is $1 million in commission. Congratulations, you just made $1 million if your average commission is 10. Now, the key is the execution of this plan. Most people fail here. A lot of people just don't understand the numbers and how to reverse engineer it, but more importantly, they don't execute. That's where we fall short a lot of times. So we want to help you do that. We want to help you formulate a plan, because how you get to these numbers is all going to be different based off of how big your database is, how much content you're putting out, how big your database could possibly be by the end of the year. And then the other giant opportunity that I'm not even talking about is this 120 conversations that's only resulting in 12 actual appointments. So that means there's 108 people here that we've talked to that probably are going to buy or sell at some point, some percentage of that you can start maximizing this to even have that go up year after year easily. And we can show you exactly how to do this in a way that you can save time doing it. But I'm just excited about breaking this down for a lot of agents. Your goal's probably not 100, it might be 50, it might be 40, it might be 80, might be 700. Whatever level you're at, we can help you get there, because it's not only having a plan, but exactly how to execute that plan. We'd love to help you going into 2019. If you're interested, go to marketmakerdemo.com/go. That's marketmakerdemo.com/go. We'll be able to set up some time over the next few days. Obviously not the next couple days, but past that, next week into the first part of January, we can have a conversation, give you a plan of execution. If you allow us to help you execute it, great. If not, you'll have a great plan going forward for 2019. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and hopefully all is well in your neck of the woods. We'll be here to help anytime, any way. Just let us know. Take care.